Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the steps for project planning. Friend, today's topic is very interesting and very important, especially if you are a student of project management and you are planning to give exam of PMP. So this is a very important topic, that what are the steps for project planning. So let's start. First of all, I will request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start, friend. Steps for project planning. Friend, first of all, we have to understand that what is actually a project planning, then we can discuss about the steps for project planning. Friend, whenever we talk about project planning in project management concepts, basically we are talking about the question that how will you achieve the objectives of the project, how will you go there where actually you want to go. For example, let's suppose you want to increase the customer satisfaction. Let's suppose you are doing a project and you want to achieve the customer satisfaction. So basically you have to answer in the project planning that how will you achieve the increase the customer satisfaction. For example, you want to implement an e-commerce solution. So in the project planning you have to define, you have to plan that how will you implement the solution of e-commerce solution, what are the how much cost will be required, how many resources will be required, which type of software, which type of hardware will be required. So basically all the questions related to how basically it will be answered in the project planning actually. Now the project planning steps, first of all you have to identify and meet with the stakeholders. Friend, a stakeholder is a person who has a positive or a negative interest in a project. A stakeholder can be a project manager, project team member, the CTO, CEO, like project sponsor, the functional lead, the technical lead. So all these are the stakeholders. So first of all you have to identify the stakeholders, who are your stakeholder, and meet with them. Just go visit the on site, meet with them, having a meeting with them, have some tea with them and talk with them that actually what type of stakeholders you have and what actually they want. Then define the scope. Define the scope means that you have to make a scope document that actually what you are going to deliver to the customer. And again you have to meet with the customer first. You have to discuss with them, having a conference call with them. The best solution is that just go there on their site and make a scope document and identify the deliverables which you are going to deliver to the customer. Then set and prioritize the objectives. That means you have to identify the aims, objectives of the customer. First of all, actually what he wants. For example, he wants to increase the customer satisfaction. For example, he wants to increase the project revenue. For example, he wants that after launching that project the customer complaints should decrease, for example. So what are the objectives of the customer and what is the priority of those objectives. Then define the deliverables. Deliverables means, remember what is deliverable. Deliverable is the outcome of some activity. For example, you are making a mobile application for e-commerce solution, for example. So this is a deliverable. You are making a scope document, so it is a deliverable. You are doing the QA, quality assurance of a product, so QA report is a deliverable. So you have to define the deliverables which you are, the outcomes which you are going to deliver to the customer, and what actually customer is expecting from those deliverables, it also must be defined. Create a project schedule. Project schedule means it contains all the activities, starting date, ending date, duration, resources, cost. So all those things should be defined, and the sequencing of activities should be defined in the project schedule. You can use Microsoft Project, Microsoft Excel, Jira, any tool you can use to make a project schedule, so that you have a clear visibility that what are the detail level activities you are going to perform and when the whole project is going to finish. Then the risk analysis. Risk analysis is very important, friend. Why? Risk is basically uncertain condition of a project which can positively or negatively impact your project. If risk occur positively, it will become an opportunity. If risk occur negatively, it will become an issue for your project. Now the risk analysis means that you have to identify the risk which can occur in your project, and what is the probability, what is the impact on. Probability means the chances of occurrence, and impact in terms of time, in terms of cost actually. So, what is the probability and impact of the risk on your project? You must have to analyze all these factors. Then the set progress guidelines. Progress guidelines means that you must have to know, you must have to set some guidelines that progress, like for example, within 1 week you have to complete the phase 1 of development, in the next 2 weeks you have to complete the phase 2 of the software development, for example. So, you have to progress, they set the progress guidelines. Not only progress guidelines, you also have to monitor those guidelines as well, either these guidelines are meeting or not. If these guidelines are not meeting, so you have to take the action accordingly as well, so that the project can get back on track as well. So, friend, thank you, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.